What's up, everybody? Jeremy here with MTGHeadquarters.com. I am bringing you the shell of what I'd like to be playing for GP Chicago. I'm bouncing between Boros and Orzhov currently. This is Red White Burn, very similar to the deck that did very well at the, I think, SCG Indianapolis. So I want to give credit where credit's due. But there are some things that are different that I run a little bit differently. So the mana base is 23 lands, which is 2 Mana Confluence, 2 Temple of Malice, which is just really a mountain but with scry. And also I like having the I'll talk about the Malice in a little bit. 4 Sacred Foundries, 4 Temple of Triumphs. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 4 Mutavaults. 4 Mutavaults. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mountains. So no planes. The 1-drops, I have 2 Shocks, 2 Chain to the Rocks, which often get swapped in and out when I'm dealing with like mono black to deal with Desecration Demons, or I'm playing Jund, or I'm playing really any green, anything with green in it. Chain to the Rocks kind of becomes a 4 of 4 Boros Charm for just face damage. That's really all it's used for in this deck. 4 Lightning Strike, same thing. 4 Magma Jet, same thing. 3 Searing Blood. I think the actual original list had 4, but I've been running 3. And I'll get to why. 4 Skull Cracks, which are great, especially against life gain, playing it in their upkeep so they can't gain the life if they're running Corsair Crucifixes or casting it at instant speed against a Grey Merchant. It also runs 4 Eidolon of Great Revel. I'm testing it tonight on stream, which is at twitch.tv/MTG Headquarters. I'm going to test it with Boros Reckoners. I don't know. Boros Reckoners maybe instead of Chandra's Phoenix. I don't know. I'm going to play around with the creature base a little bit. 4 Eidolons of Great Revel will probably stay. 4 Chandra's Phoenix. Maybe I play 2 Chandra's Phoenix and 2 like Stormbreath Dragons or something. I'm just kind of futzing around with the creature base right now. This is really just version 1.0. I also run 2 Toil and Trouble main decks. The Trouble is great against a lot of the green decks that I play that draw a lot of cards and things like that, or against Control that draws a lot of cards, because you can burn them on turn 3 for like 5 or 6 damage, which is just really good. It's good value there. Late game, I don't mind using the Temple of Malices to, if I have to, use Toil to draw 2 cards. It's in a desperate situation, it's not so bad. I know that Wild Ricochet or Wild Guess is also, that's in the sideboard. And I run 4 War Leaders Helix, obviously. In the sideboard is 2 more Chain to the Rocks. I have 2 Harness by Force. I really love that card. I've been playing a lot of dredge-ish decks with Lotleth Troll, even some decks with Doomwake Giant. So it's kind of fun if they just build up a really big creature to steal that and maybe steal 2 of them and swing in, especially if it's like a really big Lotleth Troll that has Trample. Wild Guess to draw cards, 2 Satyr Fire Dancers, and 1 Mizzium, or 2 Mizzium Mortars. Check that. 3 Satyr Fire Dancers, 2 Mizzium Mortars, 1 Searing Blood, and then I have 3 Wear Tears. I might actually put. It's tough because against the decks that really build around, like, I've played a lot of decks that have Nyx Fleece Ram and Corsair Crucifix. I like using Tear to kill those things. I also like to use Tear against Whip of Erebos or Underworld Connections. Detention Sphere, I guess. I don't really need to worry about Detention Sphere. There are certain enchantments that need to get rid of, but if this deck has trouble, it's usually when either somebody stabilizes early with life gain, with like the turn 2 Nyx Fleece Ram, turn 3 Corsair Crew Fix kind of thing, or 2 Corsair Crew Fixes out. It becomes a big problem for me. And then if they stabilize enough to get out Elspeth, well, it's just over at that point. So I need to kind of work this deck a little bit more. I mean, the Mizzium Mortars are nice for getting rid of Coursers. So having more of them in the sideboard to run either as... I mean, by turn 6, if you're overloading a Mizzium Mortars, it's not great. It's not a great situation to be in. They've probably already gained enough life to get out of reach of your burn. So if this deck loses, it just runs out of steam. Someone gets out of reach of my burn. I end up with like 6 or 8 damage left in my hand, and they have 15 damage, or 15 or 20 life because they've just been playing Coursers. So life gain does give this deck problems, but it's a ton of fun to play. I've been playing this in Black-White Humans. So this is version 1.0 of the red-white. Again, this is more of a pure net deck, so I'm not taking credit for the build. There are certain things that I do differently that they don't, like main decking Toil and Trouble. I may run more Mana Confluence. Shocks may drop those for something different, but this is what I've been running right now as I prepare for GP Chicago. It's a fun build. It's actually a really cheap build, so if you're into like budget decks, other than the Sacred Foundries, the land base is always expensive in Standard, but the rest of the cards you need are all very cheap. And so this is what I'm running. If you're looking for a fun red-white burn deck, I think this is definitely it. I think it's a good shell to play with a lot of different things, and that's exactly what it is for me right now. I'm doing a lot of testing with it. And so I hope you guys are enjoying these standard deck techs, and hopefully I'll get into some modern deck techs as requested by you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.